First Bank, Nigeria's oldest and largest banking group, as part of its commitment to the empowerment and development of small and medium enterprises in Nigeria, hosted a forum on FX for SMEs. Giving the opening remarks, the group head, Retail Banking for First Bank Nigeria, Mrs. Oludolakpo Adigun, shared the essence of the forum.
This meeting is aimed at providing entrepreneurs the required information on the opportunities, eligibility, and procedures for processing and assessing FS. It's our first engagement with entrepreneurs in this regard. We assure you of more in the future. First Bank is at the forefront of building and developing small and medium-scale enterprises in Nigeria. We are mindful of the importance in wealth creation and contribution to the nation's economy. We therefore go to the extra mile to promote the development of SMEs through initiatives like this SME Engagement Series, the First Bank Sustainability Center, SME Symposium, the First Bank SME National Conferences, the Economy and You, a weekly radio program on Rhythm 93.7 FM every Sunday at 6:15, which focuses on SMEs, African Startup Documentary Series on CNN, showcasing SME success stories across Africa, partnership with AGDC and BOI to ensure sustainable after-school graduate employability and enterprise training.
The head, Product Development, Transaction Banking for First Bank Nigeria, Eloho Ogude, in her presentation on the FX for SMEs, eligibility and exploitation, listed the key features of the provisions from Central Bank and benefits for entrepreneurs.
The purpose of this is actually for the CBN to ease the pressure on Forex in the Forex market in Nigeria. And the SME market was seen as a major focus for addressing this. So what are the requirements for assessing the SME funds by SMEs, the FX funds? So you need the Form Q. You need to write an application to the bank that you want to purchase FX. You need to also indicate the beneficiary details. So your offshore beneficiary, what are their details? You also need to provide us with a pro forma invoice. And you have to have been in banking relationship with a bank for at least 6 months. So just these 5 items, really, that's all you need to access these funds. You can see how easy and simplified the CBN has made this process. Who can access it? You must be an SME. CBN has allowed that these funds can be accessed by registered businesses. So you do not necessarily have to be an incorporated company. So registered businesses in Nigeria or you are an incorporated company. However, as an incorporated company, you must be of SME size. So these funds are strictly for SME size businesses. And what qualifies you to be an SME size business? So in your employment, you would have at least 11 employees, maximum of 199. Again, your asset base is between 5 million naira and 500 million naira.
Chairman of First Bank Nigeria, Mrs. Ibukun Awosika, charged the entrepreneurs to explore the opportunities from the Central Bank's FX provisions for SMEs.
Basically what it is as long as you're an SME and you meet all the criteria that's been listed, you qualify to use it, and you should, because it's your first engagement with the system. Many times, other businesses can sell cheaper than you because they've got their costs managed in a different way. And you know one thing I learned some years back? The people who actually take the most benefit from all the facilities put up by a government are the foreigners that work in Nigeria. It's true. So all I'm saying is we want you to get used to engaging with policy. Understand exactly what policies are being put in place by your government and taking advantage of them for your business. Don't always think in terms of confrontation, because we are in the middle. But the more you know, the better for us. Because we can do business together better, but your businesses can do better and grow. And we benefit from that as well. So it's in our enlightened self-interest to help you understand these things better so your businesses can do better, especially now. The smart entrepreneur right now is looking for the most efficient cost system. They're looking for every point and options where they can manage their costs better. That is why you can sell at a better price than competitors, and they will not understand why.
Some of the participants at the event shared their experiences and expectations from policymakers.
I would like to say thank you to First Bank for coming out and for not limiting this information to their customers. I wasn't a customer. I'm saying wasn't because I'm going to open an account today. But before now, I wasn't a customer of First Bank. So this is a very good one. Supporting SMEs, helping SMEs to grow. I mean, not everybody believe in helping SMEs grow because of the many risks involved, which we very much understand. So letting this information out and empowering SMEs to grow from this level to another, helping SMEs to, more or less face these challenges and defeat them is a good thing, So I've been very, very blessed, if I may use the word.
First Bank SME Forum is extremely SME friendly. There are people that actually reach out to me one-on-one. There are great platforms to encourage and enable small and medium enterprises like mine to thrive, especially with the erratic economy. It's been a good one.
I see this as a good start, and I expect more. I expect more flexibility in terms of rates, in terms of interest. I expect more in terms of intellectual empowerment, letting people know the facilities that exist, to SMEs.
So would like some form of stability, and then we would, of course, we're hoping and praying that the exchange rate still goes just a little down, so that we thank God that it's a lot more accessible now, but we're hoping that we get reduction in the exchange rate so that we are able to do business more conveniently.
Mrs. Awosika speaks further on why the bank hosted the FX Forum for SMEs and the value for the entrepreneurs.
We realize that most people have not taken advantage of it, which is contrary to the plan of central bank. But we realize that it's simply because most people don't understand it. Most natural SMEs, when they think about FX, think of their malam. They think of calling their malam, buying the FX and transferring to their supplier abroad. And we wanted to sort of demystify the process and make people fully understand what is required. To understand that it's really quite simple and all the requirements are easy to fulfill requirements, and to handhold them through all the products that qualify and those that don't. Our goal basically was to make sure that the information is clearly understood and to answer all the questions that SMEs could have in terms of taking benefit from the program, and that I believe we achieved.
But also investors that we've even discussed and interacted with share their concerns about forex policy, particularly sustainability. Sometimes we have changes and all that. What would you like to see more in the forex policy, particularly with this window of 360 from the central bank for SMEs?
Well, I think, like you said, sustainability is one, and consistency of policy, so that when our engagement with the client can be easier. Because when people are not sure about what is going on, it creates a bottleneck. When there are rapid changes in the way things are executed or in the policy, it affects how we do business and affects the consumer as well. So ultimately, having consistent policy in a sustainable manner will always make our business a lot easier, and it will also help the SMEs to plan, because then you can plan and be sure that, okay, this is the policy, it's not changing, not very quickly. It's not that I make a plan for 2017 and by May of 2017 is a totally different thing, which means my entire plan for the year has changed. So consistency of policy and sustainability of policies would be quite useful for businesses.
The First Bank FX for SMEs Forum is a commendable effort from a bank that has demonstrated its consistent support for SMEs in the country. Stakeholders will expect stability and sustainability in the current forex policy window of the central bank to the SMEs.